Today's training, we covered salvage and overhaul, mainly focusing on the overhaul portion. Firefighters train on this about every 3 years. So we use a tool like this. This is called the New York hook. It has several different points on this end. The opposite end has another point. So multiple different uses that this tool could be used for. So we started out in the classroom where we covered a PowerPoint talking about salvage and overhaul, touching on some points that are important for the firefighters to know or remember. We watched a couple videos, one specifically on how to use this tool. And then after our classroom portion, we had the firefighters get into their gear so we could go and do some hands-on training. Once in the apparatus bay, everybody got to see the prop that we had built to help with training. It stands over 8 feet tall to simulate the average height of a ceiling, and it holds 3 pieces of sheetrock for us to practice on. Now, what does salvage and overhaul mean? Salvage, when the firefighters are doing things to try to help reduce property loss from either damage from the fire, smoke, or maybe even water. Where overhaul is us potentially needing to break or take apart walls or ceilings to make sure that the fire hasn't gotten any further, and that way we're getting all of the fire out. So the firefighters were using multiple different tools, one of which I showed you earlier, the New York hook. Other ones they used was called a pike pole. Longer versions don't have a handle on the end, but shorter versions, we call it D-handled pike pole. Kind of looks like a D on the end of it. They could use that as well for breaking ceilings or walls. This way, during training, the firefighters are getting an opportunity to practice with all of these different tools to make sure that they're familiar with them. For some of the firefighters, I drew a small square on the sheetrock to have them practice making just a small controlled cut, which we might call an inspection hole. We'll use this to look and make sure there's nothing above us instead of having to take down an entire ceiling. Apple Valley firefighters train twice a week. Training like this helps us keep our skills up and make sure that we're prepared when we go out on a call.